This is ABC15 Mornings.
This morning, the investigation begins into a massive inferno that shut down the freeway. We have a live report.
Happening today, multiple fire restrictions go into effect in effort to prevent future wildfires.
Dollars and diversity.
It is so painful and so hurtful to be treated like this.
A report that should upset everyone. How the color of your skin can affect your home value.
That's what he wanted. Look at the score! Foul! Cut it! And he's having words for the Mavericks bench.
The Suns are on fire, and the Footprint Center rocking.
The energy's in the house. The energy's around the city. You know, I think everybody's on this revenge tour with us.
And now it's time to take our revenge tour to Texas.
And of course, we'll talk more about that here momentarily. We want to get you right to our big story of the morning. Maybe this impacted you after the game. Crews are working to determine exactly what sparked a massive fire. You can see this here, sending smoke and flames several feet into the air.
Yeah, check out those flames. The fire breaking out in a lot right off the I-10 and 19th Avenue. It was so close, in fact, DPS had to shut down the freeway last night.
Our Amelia Fabiano, she's on the ground this morning. And Amelia, this quickly turning into a hazmat situation.
Kaylee and Nick, this was a big mess last night. This morning, crews, you can see behind me, still on scene, keeping a close eye on it, keeping water on top of this pile, just so nothing sparks up again. But you can see how massive that pile is. It's a bunch of railroad ties there that caught on fire last night. This all happening at the Burlington Northern Santa Fe rail yard here. So check out more of that video. Our crew on the ground and in the sky captured of that scene. Those high flames, the smoke billowing into the night sky. So Phoenix Fire says this was a hazmat situation because they weren't sure exactly what was in the nearby rail cars that were very, very close to this fire. There were a bunch of tankers nearby. There could have been chemicals or other hazardous materials inside. So out of precaution, this was a hazmat situation. And as you said, those fire crews also asking DPS to shut down I-10 both directions last night, causing massive backups for about 2 hours because of the smoke, the direction the fire was moving in, again, all out of precaution. That is not an issue, luckily, this morning as we head into our morning commutes. If you're traveling in this area, I-10 is completely open in this area this morning. Luckily, those fire crews were able to get it under control in about 2 hours last night after they got that initial call just after 9 p.m. And they are staying on the scene this morning to make sure, as I said, nothing sparks back up, of course. Luckily, also no injuries reported in this situation. Fire crews say, however, they don't know exactly what started it. So that is the investigation they're working on this morning. And if we get an update, we'll be sure to let you know. Back to you.
Okay, Amelia Fabiano live for us. Yeah, because of course that could have been a way worse situation there.
Absolutely, and especially moving into the early morning commute.
Yes.
All right, we do want to turn now to Jorge, who's in for Iris this morning for a look at your forecast.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Yeah, we're off and running on this Cinco de Mayo morning. Temperatures flirting with 70 degrees as we take a live look to our beautiful Payastoa Peak off in the distance. Perhaps some of you about to head out this morning for a nice morning hike. Starting off with temperatures near 70. We're officially at 69 at Sky Harbor, climbing to the lower 90s by midday with abundant sunshine, and then heating up this afternoon with a high of 96 degrees. We're also under an ozone high pollution advisory as a result of the warm, stagnant air. So if you suffer from asthma or COPD, you want to limit your time outdoors throughout the afternoon, not just today, but also for tomorrow, where we're calling for, well, tomorrow's actually Friday, not Thursday. Today is Thursday. Either way, you get the idea. We go from 96 today to 100 tomorrow and even hotter on Saturday. We'll talk more about the wind, though. That may be a concern regarding our fire danger concerns here in Arizona coming up in your full forecast. But first, check out the morning roads with Megan Thompson, who joins us live. Good morning, Megan.
Hey, good morning, Jorge. Good morning to all of you at home. As you're getting out the door here on this Thursday morning, I want to get you up to speed about what's going on out there as we get a check sponsored by Accident Law Group. Ticking those speeds on the I-10 eastbound as we start in the West Valley, making your way from Goodyear on the I-10. All green conditions for you. You will tap the brakes later on, right around the 202 South Mountain interchange, right around 51st Avenue. Then at the stack, 44 miles per hour on average there. I-10 eastbound from the 303 to the mini stack, a drive time of 24 minutes for you. That's how long it's going to take you. Along the Durango curve, 33 miles per hour is how fast you're traveling there. And Grand Avenue from the 101 to the 17, checking in at 21 minutes. As we check your other desert drive times on the 17 and the 51, we do see nice green conditions there. Traffic predictor is coming up.
Well, this morning we are working to get you more information about a crash involving a pedestrian. Crews, as you can see, taping off that area near 28th Street in Van Buren overnight. The car involved still there at the scene, and we're waiting for details from Phoenix police on any potential injuries.
6:04 now to COVID-19. Cases here in the U.S. are on the rise again, up 10% in a week. The CDC out with a new warning today. Daily hospitalizations and new COVID deaths are expected to jump over the next 4 weeks. The CDC forecast they're predicting 5,000 new COVID deaths in just the next 2 weeks. As for Arizona, the latest weekly report from the State Department of Health Services adding nearly 240 new deaths from COVID-19 and 3,900 new confirmed cases. You can see by this chart, cases are slightly on the rise in our state. That's following the national trend. Cases are still well below that peak we saw in January.
Well, we have already seen destructive wildfires in Arizona this year, leaving homes and precious land in ruins. It's why starting today, there are some new fire restrictions you need to know about. They're going into effect. Here's our Jamie Warren joining us live to walk us through these new rules. Good morning.
Good morning, Kaylee. We have Memorial Day weekend coming up, summer break as well. And if you want to come hang out at the Lost Dutchman State Park, which is where we are this morning, surrounded by the Tonto National Forest, maybe do some camping like these guys are here, just know there are already some restrictions in place. And right now, conditions are very dry, and that is very dangerous. We have seen fires near Flagstaff and Prescott continue to burn. And in the Tonto National Forest, Susan Blake tells me that they have already had several roadside fires over the weekend from people dragging chains on their vehicles. So that is why they're now implementing what is called Stage 1 fire restrictions. So what this means is if you are camping and you want to cook something in any of their parks, you can only use a structure that's installed and maintained by the Forest Service or a propane grill that you can turn on and off, nothing else. And make sure that you are putting that fire out when you're done. Do not leave it unattended. You also can't do any target shooting because the sparks can lead to a fire, and no smoking outside of a vehicle. Blake says until conditions change, these restrictions will remain in place.
We haven't had much precipitation to impact, reducing the fire danger. And we don't have any predicted rain in the near future. So we ask the public to do their part. Everybody should be following these restrictions.
So the Forest Service says that violating any of these restrictions could actually have you facing a $5,000 fine or even up to 6 months behind bars. So they are taking this very seriously. They want you to have fun, but they also want you to be safe and have everyone do their part. Kaylee?
These are some great reminders, right, for everybody collectively. As for those wildfires, the crews are fighting here in Arizona. The Crooks Fire, they've been working hard, and we are grateful. It's now 89% contained. It's that one burning just south of Prescott. Because of that progress today, the local incident management team will be taking over operations. A team from California has been leading that firefight. In the meantime, containment on the tunnel fire, which we've talked so much about, it's up to 95%. Crews near Flagstaff conducting mop-up operations now. Well, the Phoenix Suns are headed to Dallas, up 2-0 in the Western Conference semifinals. Our team blowing out the Mavs last night, 129-109.
We love to see it. Devin Booker, Chris Paul combining for almost 60 points. After the game, D. Book talking about how he's been a big fan of CP3 since he was a little kid.
Remember growing up, I want to take it back to when I was 5 years old again, but me and my dad watching him play, and he was like, you see how he makes sure everybody's involved, and then he picks his times when he's going to take over the game. And I've just always admired, the way he does that.
CP3's like, thanks for making me feel old, by the way. Hey, Game 3 is tomorrow in Dallas, which also happens to be Chris Paul's 37th birthday, which in my eyes is not old at all.
Exactly, right? 37 is what the new 17 is what he makes it look like. It's almost 6:09 Arizona. Up next here on ABC15 Mornings, the Federal Reserve taking up those interest rates again. So how is that going to affect you and your family moving into the summertime season?
We all have to work together.
Plus, forced to erase her skin color from her home, how fair housing laws get violated by allowing race to impact home appraisals.
And let's take you live outside with the ABC 15 Live Drive out and about on the US 60 westbound. heading towards that I-10 interchange. Right now, it looks great. We'll check your desert drive time in this area, though, so you know when to leave. Coming up.
Stay with ABC15 Mornings. Your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to Disneyland is coming up.
Time now is 6:12. Let's get to your morning headlines. Ukraine says it's making gains against Russia, saying the Kremlin has lost control over several settlements. Fighting continues, though, over that steel plant in Mariupol, where hundreds of civilians are trapped. Russia trying to stop the flow of Western weapons into Ukraine by bombing railroad stations and other supply line targets. Today, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden will head to Romania and Slovakia for a 4-day visit to highlight support for Ukraine and its people. Dr. Biden will also meet with Ukrainian refugees and American troops. The judge overseeing the federal civil rights case against Derek Chauvin has accepted the terms of his plea agreement and will sentence him to 20 to 25 years in prison. Chauvin pleading guilty to violating George Floyd's civil rights during the arrest that led to his death. The company behind TurboTax will be sending rebates to millions of taxpayers. It reached a settlement with attorneys general from 50 states, all 50 states, over allegations that its ads offering free tax filing services were deceptive. The company is going to have to pay out $141 million.
Well, if you are a homeowner, it's pretty likely you know how much it is worth, and especially so right now. Home prices are setting records, but what happens when yours is undervalued? Our Joe St. George sharing an in-depth look at the issue here and a plan on trying to fix it in Washington.
What type of neighborhood is this?
Oh my God, this is a family. This is a community.
I want you to meet Carlette Duffy, who absolutely loves where she lives in Indianapolis. She bought this house for a bargain from a friend in 2017 after it sat empty for years.
There was a fire, a major fire, and so I purchased it for $100,000.
Recently, she was curious how much her beloved property is now worth. She wanted to take out some equity. A nearby neighbor recently got a similar house appraised for close to $200,000, and that is where this story really begins.
I decided to refinance.
Refinancing often requires appraisals, and when her first one came back, her home was listed at $125,000.
I thought that one was low.
So Carlette went to another company who valued it at $110,000.
I'm floored.
Before giving up, Carlette decided to conduct an experiment.
I decided to take this one down.
She removed all the African art as well as family photos, books, even hair products from her home. She got her friend Hank to show the house to the appraiser.
Anything that to me said a black person lives here, I took it out.
When that appraisal came back, the value was listed at $259,000.
This is proof. It was me. It is so painful and so hurtful to be treated like this.
Carlette's story is consistent with data from Freddie Mac. A recent report found 12.5% of homes appraised in black communities nationwide were valued at less than the original cost of constructing the home. Only 7.5% of white communities experienced that. The issue attracting the attention of the White House, with a task force recently announcing efforts to hold appraisers more accountable, as well as better educate homeowners on options when an appraisal comes in low.
The appraisal industry is one of the least diverse industries in the country. In fact, it's over 90% white, 70% male.
Amy Nelson, who represents Carlette at the Housing Center of Central Indiana, says all of this is a good first step, with the appraiser industry recently committing to work to improve their diversity as well.
We all have to work together.
Carlette just hopes her now viral story produces even more change.
This happens every single day.
In Indianapolis, I'm Joe St. George.
Time right now is 6:16, and we have the latest drought monitor update and some changes compared to last week. The severe drought category has actually gone up, along with part of the extreme category, but the majority of Arizona is still under drought, 98%. And with no significant rainfall in the forecast for a while, we do expect these numbers to go up, unfortunately. Futurecast is showing this ridge of high pressure building. That'll keep our conditions dry and hot, too. In fact, for tomorrow, we are anticipating once again our first 100-degree day of the year. We've been very close twice already in the month of April. We hit 99 twice at Sky Harbor. No 100s officially yet, but that should change, if not tomorrow, for the early part of the weekend, calling for a high of 101 on Saturday. Then beginning Mother's Day and early next week, the winds really begin to pick up across the state. As a result of this big time disturbance producing rain and snow to our northwest over portions of California, Nevada, and Oregon too. It'll slide to the south and southeast, so as it gets closer and closer, the winds will continue to climb, and those temperatures, in fact, will drop several degrees. We're going from the upper 90s and lower 100s through Sunday to potentially highs in the 80s beginning next week. Now, for the next 3 days, that will not be the case. Today, calling for a high of 96 under also an ozone high pollution advisory because of that stagnant air, allowing for that ozone to build up. So if you suffer from asthma or COPD, try to limit your time outdoors later on today. Same tomorrow with a high pollution watch in effect currently and calling for that high of 100 and 101 on Saturday. And as I mentioned, the air quality forecast looks like this for the next couple of days. If you suffer from asthma or COPD, you're in that unhealthy for sensitive groups category. That's why we do expect the air quality to be a concern through at least Friday because of that stagnant air that we are anticipating. Right now, temperatures in the valley are in the upper 60s, at least at Sky Harbor. Scottsdale, you're in the upper 50s, same in Mesa and lower 60s there in the West Valley from Glendale to Goodyear. Highs today generally in the low to mid 90s, even some upper 90s as you head toward Goodyear, Levine, and Maricopa too. And in northern Arizona, highs in the 70s in Flagstaff, Heber, and Show Low with mid and upper 80s across central parts of the state and mid and upper 90s from the valley to the south and west. Here's your 7-day. Temperatures in the valley go from 96 today to 100 tomorrow, 101 Saturday, and we drop next week with the winds picking up. And a look at that forecast for the high country. We're in the 70s through at least Saturday, then turning cooler and windy by Sunday and early next week with highs even in the upper 50s by Tuesday.
ABC 15 Desert Drive Time, sponsored by Accident Law Group.
6:20 now, and a breaking news traffic alert. We have a vehicle on fire on the roadway. It's the Loop 101 westbound Agua Fria near 67th Avenue, where we do see these flames really picking up right now. Smoke is billowing in the air, very black smoke. We do also have, it appears, DPS or an ADOT official out there on the scene. So this is blocking that right shoulder as folks are making their way through that area. Again, a vehicle on fire on the Loop 101, the Agua Fria Loop 101 westbound near 67th Avenue. We do see that it's not blocking those travel lanes, but it may in the next few moments. As we are watching live with me as a fire truck is arriving on scene, likely going to move over. There it is, blocking that right lane at this point of the morning as they're going to work to take this fire out and hopefully make sure everyone is okay who is involved in this. As I bring you to that scene, your speeds will drop below about 50 miles per hour, and you should move over at least one lane. That is the law here in Arizona. We'll continue to monitor that for you. In the East Valley, US 60 westbound from the 202 to the 10. This is where the ABC 15 live drive was just a few moments ago. That's checking in at about 15 minutes. Now, also on the Loop 101 Agua Fria, the southbound lanes, we do have a stalled vehicle off to that median area near Cardinals Way. A heads up for you if you're making your way through that stretch right now. As I bring you back to the I-10, you saw really nice conditions there overall, just barely at 24 minutes in the yellow on the 10 from the Loop 303 to the mini stack, right around 15 minutes or so on the 17 and the 51. Traffic predictor does show those speeds dropping by that 7 o'clock time frame to about 50 miles per hour on average on the 10 from the Loop 303 to the mini stack. The 17 and the 51 remaining in the green. We'll continue to keep you monitored on that vehicle fire on the Loop 101.
Well, since the beginning of the year, the TikTok boom has been, of course, the most downloaded app. Here ahead at 6:24, how the company is opening up a new way for creators to make some money. They're just TikToking away.
Yes, they are. And then gas stations charging more than $5 a gallon. At 6:36, investigator Joe Ducey sharing where this is happening here in the Valley and the easy way to get a better price.
On the ground in Poland, as thousands of refugees take trains towards an unknown future, at 6:44, we begin a series of reports showing you the humanitarian crisis from this war.
And hitting the triple digits, and then a cool down, kinda. You'll want to stay with us. At 6:49, we have your super 7-day forecast.
And ABC 15 Mornings wants to make your summer magical. We're giving away a 4-pack of tickets to Disneyland every weekday morning, including today. Just listen for me to give the word of the day before 7 a.m. for your chance to win. There's a new winner every day. 6:21. We'll be right back.
Let's get to a consumer alert this morning. Interest rates are heading up again. The Federal Reserve raising its benchmark rate by a full 0.5 percentage point. Experts say this means your credit card interest rates will likely go up within the next few billing cycles. How much depends on your credit score and which company you use. Economists say anyone with personal loans, card loans, or lines of credit will feel the impact of this rate hike, which is pretty much all of us. People on TikTok will soon have a new way to cash in on the popular app. The company plans to start sharing its ad revenue with top creators. They'll get a 50% cut when their videos run alongside certain ads. So this is similar to what YouTube does. Users have to have at least 100,000 followers to qualify.
All right, make that 3 in a row for our Arizona Diamondbacks, the team leaving Florida sweeping the Marlins. Last night's win coming after pitcher Madison Bumgarner gets ejected for this exchange. You're going to see it get even more heated here. Harsh words shared with the umpire, I know, during the hand check. The D-backs are going to be back at home for Mother's Day weekend, hosting the Rockies Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and they're doing all kinds of things for moms out there. My goodness. Yep.
That's not for mom.
No, that one's not.
That's not for mom.
He's got lots of love for mama. Okay, up next at 6:30, an Arizona senator taking on the White House over the push to lift Title 42. That policy set to end in less than 3 weeks.
I'm ABC15's Nick Soletti here in Poland. We're at Warsaw Central right now, where trains full of refugees continue to pass through the station every single day. This morning, we're going one-on-one with volunteers and Americans who are taking action.
We pay a lot for gas here, but why are prices so different from stations just across the street from each other? I'm investigator Joe Ducey with how you can save 50 cents, even $1, just by shopping around.
And we have another vehicle fire, another breaking news traffic alert in a different part of the valley. US 60 westbound, right near the Loop 101 interchange. You see that smoke billowing off to the right as this car goes up in flames. We're working to get some more information. We'll take you to both those vehicle fires I'm tracking coming up.